Hey, it's Rachel Cooke, your modern mentor. I'm the founder of Lead Above Noise, where we help leaders tweak how their teams do the work so that results stay strong and engagement and well-being thrive inside of the work. When leaders struggle to make this happen, nobody wins. I would love to come speak at your next event or offsite to deliver the clarity, confidence, and tools your leaders need to bring this shift to life. Reach out today at leadabovenoise.com/connect. So this episode comes as we close the books on 2025. And I know a lot of people around me can't seem to slam it closed fast enough. This year has been a real doozy. It's been unpredictable, unreliable, sometimes just unbelievable. Whether at a global, a national, or even a local level, this year just threw so many curveballs our way. Political shifts, economic turbulence, organizational changes. The ground just kept moving under everyone's feet. Even just trying to stand still has felt like an exertion some days. But hard as it's been, 2025's also been an education for us. It's taught us things that I think are worth pulling with us into 2026. Today, I'd love to share what I'm considering to be my top 5 lessons from 2025 that I'll use to fuel my 26 forward towards success. The first is that uncertainty is here to stay, invited or not. Those aforementioned extended moments of political and economic uncertainty, they trickle down into nearly everyone's workplace. Tariffs, funding cuts, legislative changes, all of this and more translated into open roles being put on hold, projects being suspended, investments getting canceled, changes in policy and protocol. Everyone I know felt it. And I kept hearing around me things like, what if my project gets cut? Or what if there's another reorg? What if I lose my job? These questions can paralyze us. They're unanswerable. And yet, once you start asking or wondering, it gets really hard to think about anything else. So here's a reframe I've been encouraging clients to use. Instead of, what if blank happens? The hopeless spin-out version. Ask yourself instead, what will I do if blank happens? I know, you're thinking, but aren't those the same question? And the answer is kind of, but no. The first, what if blank happens? What if I lose my job? That is designed to send you into a pit of despair. It's kind of rhetorical. But the second version, what will I do if I lose my job? This one actually demands an answer. It forces you to anticipate the possibility and plan for it. Like not in a doom spirally way, but practically speaking. What will I do if my project gets cut? Well, I'll document what I learned and I'll find another place to apply it. What will I do if there's a reorg? I'll make sure the right people know my value as decisions are getting made. What will I do if I lose my job? I'll have my resume ready and my network warm. It's not pessimism, it's preparation. It moves you from worrying about things you can't control to planning for things that you can. The uncertainty isn't going anywhere, but you can stop letting it paralyze you. Make a plan for the what-ifs, and then try to get back to work. Next, AI is here, and it will grow, so don't be afraid. This was the year AI stopped being a curiosity and became something most of us really had to reckon with. And I watched a lot of people freeze, paralyzed by fear of doing it wrong or being left behind. But the people thriving with AI aren't the ones who know the most about it. They're just the ones willing to play with it. They're experimenting. They're using it badly at first and then getting better. Finding ways to let it amplify the great things they're already doing. Look, I can't read the future, but I can tell you that in broad strokes, I don't think AI is going to take most jobs. I do think it's positioned to automate a bunch of things, and that leaves us time to amplify our humanity. Like the empathy that you bring to a struggling colleague, the judgment call that requires your knowing customers' history and quirks, the hard conversation that demands nuance and care, the creativity that comes from lived experience, the trust you've built over years that no algorithm can likely replicate. AI can process, and it can generate, and it can summarize and speed things up, but it can't be human. And the more AI does the mechanical stuff, the more valuable your humanity becomes. AI will keep growing, and your job is to make it amplify you and to be so irreplaceably human that no algorithm can touch what you offer. Next, loneliness is bad for business and for health. We've known loneliness is a health crisis for a while, but this year made clear that it's a work crisis too. Isolated people disengage, disconnected teams stop innovating. When people feel alone, everything suffers. But connection doesn't look the same for everyone. If you don't thrive at happy hours or big group events, don't force it. Figure out what meaningful connection looks like for you. Maybe it's one deep conversation a week instead of 5 more shallow ones. Maybe it's collaborating on a project instead of joining drinks after work. Maybe it's a small group of trusted peers you can just be really honest with. You don't have to force yourself to become more extroverted than you are. You just need to stop isolating. Find 2 or 3 people at work you actually trust and nurture those relationships deliberately in ways that feel meaningful for you. Reach out even when you don't need anything. You have to build connection in whatever way works for you. Next, loyalty is changing and work is not family. This was a hard lesson for a lot of people this year. Layoffs kept coming. Long-tenured employees got cut. People who'd given years to their organizations discovered that loyalty isn't always what it used to be. Work isn't family. We don't fire our family, tempting as it may be to do so in certain hard moments. Respect is not unconditional love, and we all, leaders who may need to deliver hard news and employees who may need to hear it, need to get comfortable with this. Any for-profit business needs to stay profitable. So act accordingly. Don't wait until you need a job to update your resume. Keep it current now. Don't wait until you're desperate to reach out to your network. Stay connected now. And inside your organization, build what I call an inside hustle. Skills, relationships, and visibility that make you valuable no matter what happens. Take on a project that stresses you. Build relationships outside your immediate team. Make sure people beyond your boss know what you're capable of. You can still care deeply about your work. Just don't be naive about the arrangement. Protect yourself so that you're never caught off guard. And finally, the world is hard enough on you, so you need to be kind. You need to offer yourself compassion. I watched so many people respond to a brutal year by being brutal with themselves, pushing harder, demanding more, beating themselves up for not handling everything perfectly. But that math doesn't work. You can't counter external pressure with internal pressure. Something will break. So in 2026, try being the one who offers yourself grace, as recognition that you're doing hard things in really hard conditions. Give yourself credit for showing up, for adapting when things changed, for figuring it out as you went, for still being there. When you mess up, ask what you can learn instead of spiraling. When you're exhausted, rest instead of pushing through. When you're struggling, admit it instead of pretending you're fine. The pressure from outside isn't letting up, so you have to be the one who balances it with kindness. No one else is going to do that for you. These 5 lessons won't necessarily make 2026 easy, but they'll help you meet it with more clarity and resilience and more compassion for yourself. So as we close out this year, prepare for uncertainty. Don't fear it. Play with AI. Build real connection. Protect yourself and be gentle. And I'll see you in 2026. I'd love to hear what lessons you're carrying forward. Shoot me a note at rachel@leadabovenoise.com and tell me what 2025 has taught you. You can follow Modern Mentor on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Find and follow me on LinkedIn. Thanks so much for listening and have a successful week. Modern Mentor is a quick and dirty tips podcast. Thanks to the QDT team. Audio engineer Dan Farabend. Director of podcasts, Holly Hutchings. Ad operations specialist, Morgan Christensen. Marketing manager, Rebecca Sebastian. And our marketing contractor, Nat Hoops.